live after show on our YouTube live. My name is Michael Sharkey. He is Spanish. We're literally sitting in a room together. Good to see you again, my friend.
It's nice to do this with you in the same room as
I
opposed to
know.
like two totally separate locations.
I know. And, we just did the live show on the Bone. So we're kind of taking that energy and bringing it right into here where we've been doing these YouTube lives on like Wednesday nights. Gotta be honest, Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, I'm a little tired.
Really?
Well, it's just I've had a full day.
Yeah, that's true. Some Wednesdays I'm tired, but I look forward to it for all day.
Mm.
So all day, every time I get like a no in sales, I'm like, that's fine. You can say no because tonight I'm doing my show. So
Okay,
yeah.
I'm good with that. So we're going to do this live, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. We were talking about some good stuff today. So before I get into that, you can drop a comment. Feel free to do that in chat. You can drop a comment if you're watching this later. We do reply to our comments all the time. Spanish is really great at it.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
You're
I
very
like to be
welcome.
in there often.
Yes. So you can drop a comment in there. Like if you're just like, who are these guys? And they talk about such interesting stuff for men. Oh, please hit subscribe. We post content on here all the time. And whatever you're feeling, whatever you're needing, there's probably a video on our YouTube page for this, whether it's addiction, family, kids, you lost your job. Just scroll through our videos. And yeah, there's probably some good stuff in there. All right, so can we jump into the back into the be do have stuff?
Dude, yes, because I've never heard be do have, and if you've said it before, I apologize for missing it because I love that.
So what we were saying on the radio here, by the way, if you are like, ooh, I like these guys, they do a radio show. Yeah, the radio show is on 102.5 in Tampa Bay every Saturday at noon for a couple hours. So we're literally doing this, coming off the radio and doing it on our YouTube. So what I was saying at the very, very end of the radio show was one of the things that that the construct I think that people um, say is once I have a thing, so once I have money, I'll be able to do whatever, and then I'll be amazing. I'll have a happy life. And what I say is flip that. Now, this is not an original thought. I've actually seen it said a couple of different ways, and I'll give credit here in a second to where I read this. But this was a holy shit moment for me where I was like, whoa, is that flip it. Instead of have, do, be, once I have, I'll do this and then I'll be, go be the thing you want. Start acting in accordance to that. So do, and then you'll have the life you want. So instead of have, do, be, do, have.
I love that. Some of the manifestation masters that I follow
Mhm.
um, says, I forget how he words it, but essentially he says if you want to manifest something, the
Mhm.
best way is to play a trick on the universe. And he said, by that I mean, if you are broke and you want to manifest money in your life,
Yep.
you go into your bank account, you take out the last bit of money that you have, and you go around and just start handing it to people. Hand out the last bit of money that you have as if you're the richest person in the world and you just want to give money to random people. And he's like, I guarantee you that the universe will reward or pay back that energy that you're putting out there. Comment after comment is just tried this last week, had an incredible experience, gave my last $100 away, got a new job, and now I'm making 200,000 a year. It's something I didn't know. This opportunity came out of nowhere. So it's interesting that the be do have is just another example of how you can use your own energy to pretty much get whatever you want.
So my bank account would state that I am pretty close to that experiment.
Yep. Me
And
too.
I've actually, it's so funny you say that, man, because I've had this thought of like, I mean, as of right now in my savings account, I have $850 exactly. That's what
Nice.
I have in my savings account. And, next week my son's coming to town and, I really want him to have I want to have a really good time when he's here. And where my mind goes, my scarcity mindset is, man, I don't have money. I can't touch my savings. My savings are like it's an emergency fund or whatever. And I actually had the thought the other day. I was like, no, fuck it, take the money.
Yeah.
Like, he's in town. You don't get to see your son that often. Are you gonna what? Stay home and eat fucking ramen noodles all the time because your son's in town because you don't have any money? Fuck that.
Yeah, dude.
Like, and that's where. So the be to have thing, which is funny because that example of the manifesting and giving that money. Um, the book where I read this also uses that as an example. So I think we're pointing to the same thing. And I read this in Conversations with God.
No shit.
That's now I've seen it in other places of be to have, but it was in Conversations with God that God says to the author, um, it's not have do be. Once I have this, I'll do this, and then I'll be happy. Once I have money, I'll do all these things that money bring, and then I'll be the person I want. Just go be rich.
Yeah.
Go be abundant. Like stop looking at metrics of a dollar sign in an account. Go be that abundant person. Like, so the fuck what? More money will come.
Yeah.
So go be that person. Do act in accordance to if you were that person, and you'll have whatever the fuck you want.
You know, I do believe that. I had my own personal experience with that recently when I lost a job, and I had about a month of no income, and I couldn't touch any. So I have some crypto savings, but I couldn't touch it. It was all locked up because I had it staked in the site that I use. And there was a couple days where I was like, I mean, I'm fucked. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to move back home. Um, something's gonna give. And then after a couple days of thinking that, it switched from that was the end of my thought to the next part became, I'm fucked. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna write it out. I'm just going to write it out. And you know what? Money isn't the only thing that would give me and make me feel abundant right now. I'm just going to open it up and say, fuck it. I would feel abundance in any way,
Yes.
whether it's love, happiness, having a day, just standing around with some ducks in a park. That is my abundance. No bullshit. Within 48 hours, I mean, I had friends that I hadn't talked to in a long time that had found out about my situation and were like, "Can I give you money?" And at first I was like, "No, I don't want to. I can't take that money." And then all I kept hearing was, "Why not? I'm trying to fucking help you, dude. Like this is the universe calling, man. It doesn't just have to be money you earn that makes you abundant. It's the sharing of that experience with others that could make it abundant. So don't cut it off at you just think the job is what's going to give you all this money."
Right. Well, and we tie abundance to money.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
that's what we do. I know I do. But do you follow uh, regardless of what you may think of the people that channel energies and all that stuff, that dude Bashar?
Oh, yes, I
Yeah.
do.
So his definition of abundance, as he's channeling aliens or whatever the fuck he channels, is abundance is the ability to do what you want when you want to do it.
Yeah.
And now you could say, well, I want to book a fucking first class ticket to Paris, and I can't do that because I don't have the money to do it. But it's like, all right, well, imagine for just a moment that you are be do have. So I'm going to be an abundant person. I got money, but I'm going to get paid in a week. I'm going to get paid a week after that. I'm currently, thankfully, not in a situation where, I mean, I got a job. I wish it paid more, but whatever. But I know money's going to come in. So it's like, why not? What, like, think about like what I was saying a minute ago. Okay. So I have a very small amount of money in savings right now. When I think about that dollar figure in the savings account, what are the feelings that come up? Constriction, tightness, got to hold on to every penny. And if money, like so many things around abundance and just life in general, is just a flow of energy, like why not just
Let it go.
like let it go, man? Fucking let it go. Let that fucking energy flow, man. Like
Dude,
that's what it's about.
you're so spot on. It's wild that this type of shit isn't, taught to us when we're young, just if nothing else, just how to control that flow of energy and emotions inside of you as they're happening, you know? Because
Mhm.
whatever it is that you're channeling, you better be very fucking careful. Because if you start channeling the wrong shit, it's
Yep.
coming back to you, and it's
Yep.
gonna come back as strong. So I also love the lessons that you can learn about yourself when you would say something like, well, I can't buy a first class ticket to Paris right now. Like the fucking abundance. What is that shit?
Right.
I bet if that person were to ask themselves, why is it that I feel the abundance is equivalent to that first class ticket and nothing else? All of a sudden those wheels start turning and you're like, oh shit, like that wasn't it at all. Like I'm totally missing the fucking big picture on this one. I'm thinking that for being in first class is the best way to feel abundance on my way to Paris. Well, what if the abundance comes once you're finally there? You spend the money on the ticket and coach, and then you get there and you run into somebody who's like, I really enjoy your energy, bro. Like, let me take you to my villa and fucking, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that shit happens all the time.
Yeah. And we wrap too much into it's got to
Yep.
be this way in order for me to be abundant. Back to the whole not be to have, but have it's I've got to have it this way, then I'll do it this way, and then I'll be the thing. It's like fuck that.
Yeah. Why put chains on the fucking
Right.
universe? You know,
Exactly.
let it do its fucking thing, man.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, really quick, we're doing a YouTube live. We just did the radio show. I love this conversation,
Me too.
especially the fact that we can say words like fuck.
I know.
Um, but you can drop a comment in chat if you're watching this live. You can also drop a comment if you're watching this afterwards. Um, and subscribe to our YouTube. Which is just literally hit subscribe. Um, but you know what you're saying, Spanish, that I just so resonate with is, um, and I want to actually take this into a very fucking real world example right now to something you said is I don't want to put chains on the universe. I want abundance to just fucking show up however. And something that I'm working on is gratitude for abundance, even though it hasn't materialized yet. So again, I'm trying to find the right words because I want to get that part right. Or I want to truly feel that energy flow.
Mhm.
And something that I've seen all these fucking people say over and over and over again is have gratitude, have immense gratitude for the gifts of life. And if you want the first class ticket or whatever, have gratitude for it, even though you haven't purchased it yet. Have gratitude for all the flow of energy and abundance coming into your life, even though you might look at a bank account and it's low. I think there's something to that. Like, I really think, one, when you're in a state of gratitude, like there, you can't be fearful. You can't like gratitude is like if I'm being honest, dude, I'm fucking loving this, man. We're chatting it up.
Yeah.
We're talking about the shit that makes the shit the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful to literally be in this fucking conference room inside the Cox Media Group offices to do this YouTube live. Like, there's so much to be grateful for.
Yeah. And you know, I'm starting to feel more and more the more I will sit and meditate, which I've started doing a lot more lately. So thank you for encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
That the more I sit in the feeling of like the universe's unconditional love and like really just like feeling it and understanding that the universe has been there with me or God has been there with me every step of the way. It's been right there, just waiting for me to pick my head up, look at it, and go, is that you? And the universe looks back and goes, been here the whole time, bud. Just waiting to give you a hug. We think you're super fucking dope. What you're going through, we like it. I'm sorry that it sucks for you, but I promise if you bear with us, the rewards that you will be granted are going to be so great, but it is going to be a little bit of a shit ride right now.
Yeah.
Give me a hug. I'm going to hold your hand and I got you.
Yeah.
And sitting in that has changed so much, and it has changed, like you said, what my thoughts of abundance are,
Mm.
how I approach situations, how I approach people, uh, and it has opened up things that, you know, I mean, a real life example would be it's opened up my ability to have conversations with people that I have been close with in my life, my whole life, and I have not been able to communicate with them well. Now all of a sudden, it's become easy. It's become easy to communicate with them, so much so that as I'm doing it, I'm like, how did I not? How have I not done this before? Like, how was this so simple yet so complicated? But now that I'm here, this was the answer the whole time. Just being able to sit in love and be like, you could tell me I'm a piece of shit, but you know what? I have love for you for no other reason than I see a version of myself in you and I fucking deserve love. So I'm gonna fucking give that shit to you.
Amen to that, dude. Hey, really quick, just some 420 guy just posted. You got a little bit of an echo, but I still love you. So
Oh,
just thought you should know. Just some 420 guy. He
just a
loves you.
420 guy. I'm
So
sorry.
no, and you know what? And here's what I'm just gonna say to everybody. This is the first time we've done a post show live after Let's Get Real. So I will fucking figure out the technical shit. So I think you know what the words that we're saying are super meaningful, come from a place of love. So I appreciate everybody sitting through a little bit of echo while we kind of figure out the technical stuff. The core of it is even with an echo, this is good shit.
I get excited, so I probably am talking a little loud.
No, it's totally fine. It's probably because it's probably because our computers are literally 2 feet from one another. But all right. So and Jason just posted miss hearing you every morning Spanish. Love you. Wish you were still there.
Love you, Jason. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
But I'm going to say what the caller said. This Anthony we have right now. I like this version.
Yeah, I do too. I do
I
too.
like this version.
It's interesting. It's interesting even when I hear best of sometimes, and I'm still on there. Uh, it's just it's just interesting. It's interesting look back and see that version of myself. I carried so much shame for some of the things, that I did when I was that version of myself. That I thought there's no way I'll ever be able to forgive myself for some of the things that I let happen because of ego, because I wanted things to happen my way, and the more I gave into that, the more bastardized versions of shit I got. And it wasn't until, I just said, you know what? I can't fucking do this shit anymore. I'm fucking tired. I'm throwing my hands up. Jesus, take the wheel. I ain't fucking feeling it. And Jesus was like, finally, sit the fuck down, take a rest. I'm in charge now. And I was like, oh, all right, all right.
All right, fucker, let's go.
Yeah, now I mean, you tell me, do I seem different from, you know, last October, November,
Yes.
December, even this
100%.
January?
Yeah, not only are you different, it's funny, and I've shared this story before, is that you and I reconnected, 18 months ago, maybe a little longer, when I almost ran you over.
Yeah.
When I almost ran you over in our neighborhood, then I learned that, holy shit, we literally fucking live in the same neighborhood at the time when you were living in my neighborhood. Even that version, if I go back to that day, the version of you that I almost ran over in my truck was the pre you version. You today, like, and you today is so different. It's so much more authentic. It's so much more real. Um, I think you were, and I want to come back to this abundance thing, but it's worth saying out loud to you, to everybody that watches this, is that the reason why I reached out to you is because you were starting already to pull away. And what I observed was the shit you were posting on Instagram.
Hmm.
I saw all the spiritual shit. I saw everything that you were posting. And if you don't follow Spanish, soul_Spanish on Instagram, because you're getting back into it,
Yeah.
you're starting to post some good shit. And dude, I got to be honest, you would inspire me because I've been following you on Instagram forever, and I started seeing that stuff, and you would post shit. And there were days where I'd be like, I'd go on your Instagram stories, and you'd post some fucking Alan Watts quote or something, and it was exactly what I needed to hear in that moment on that day. And that was why when I had the idea for Let's Get Real, I then I was talking with all the station management about doing a solo show or bringing other people on. And I was like, hey, let's bring Spanish on because this will be good because he's already tapping into something. Um, and while it may not show up every morning on the Mike Calta show, he's tapping into something. There's an Anthony in there somewhere that's screaming to get out and has some pretty fucking profound shit to say. Somebody should give this dude a microphone because he's got some shit to say.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Sometimes I don't, sometimes in the middle of saying some of the things that I say, it triggers what it was to be in that dark place and having to learn that lesson. And it is a weird thing to look back and you know, even to say I was in a dark place feels weird now. It didn't used to feel weird. It used to feel like, no, that's an appropriate thing. You gotta go through the dark to get to the next phase or whatever. But now I'm at a place where even saying it feels weird, but I still will get transported there when I talk about some of these things. So thank you very much for saying that because I feel like what was happening during that time was essentially what you were saying. There was the version of myself that I had created, which was who I was in the past, because that version I carefully crafted to put out to everybody for work. And then there was this other version of me that was like, I mean, he was fucking kicking at the door and was like, I'm tired of being here. He's like, you're fucking posting this shit. That's me, dude. It's not this other version of you. He's like, that's the me version trying to break out. Let me free. And it took a fucking long time to just even accept that that version of me was in there. I thought it was all the bad things people think about themselves, dumb, stupid. Not doesn't know shit about shit. But it does feel really good, especially to help people. I really love helping people. That feels really good to say something uh, and to have them go, I've known exactly what you've been saying, and I know what it is you're saying, but I've never heard somebody say it the way you just did. You just made it super fucking simple. So thank you. And I'm always like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I don't know what the
I
fuck
don't
I'm
know what
saying.
the fuck I'm saying. All I know is God loves you, the universe loves you, I love you. Just sit in it.
It's funny. 420 just posted, love hearing these guys blow smoke up each other's ass. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right, fucker. This fucking dude sitting across from me on this table in this dark conference room. Hell yeah.
My thing is, I always wonder, you know, if that's what you're gonna put out. I get it, sir. I get it. 420. That is that funny. You are 420 talking about blowing smoke up each other's asses. Okay, I'm here for the joke. But like that, or maybe you don't know, but like the laws of the universe dictate that that's coming back. Like that's gonna come back to you eventually. I don't know where, I don't know when, but that's a hell of a gamble you're playing, man. Because if you don't really understand the rules like the big players do, why fuck around?
Yeah, no shit. Um, yeah, no shit. You got to be really fucking careful what you put out there because it
Yeah.
always comes back.
But
It
some
always
people
comes back.
haven't been in the shit, or they don't want to accept that they've been in the shit. Um, so they're gonna make a trip back. Where I don't want to go back. I do not want to go back, dude. I'm good where I was there, and now I'm done.
So, I want to come back to the be do have stuff we were talking about a minute ago because I have a real life example that I want to share, and I would love your thoughts on this. All right, so what we were talking about at the beginning was be the person you want. So I'm going to use this strictly through the lens of abundance as it relates to money. So I told you earlier, I'm holding on to this like holding on to every penny, holding on to like this like idea, like I got to keep this money, I got to keep this money. And then all right. So here's the be do have example. So what you said at the beginning was you hear time and time again, take whatever last bit of money you got, and then just fucking give it, just give it, and see what happens. So on Wednesday when we did our YouTube live, I told you the story of the flat tire. The fucking flat tire ruined my day. But on that same day, Steve rolled out with my progressive roadside assistance because I was doing shit all day. And he was like, he rolled out from Papa Lock and he came over and helped me get my tire changed in my truck because I had no fucking clue how to get the tire out from underneath and all this stuff. He was there. He was super, super fucking cool dude, right? Now it's roadside assistance. So it's part of what I pay for my insurance. Well, after he leaves, he sends me a text. And it was a really kind of a cool text. He was like, hey, man, give me a rating and all this shit. And if you want to leave a tip, here's my Venmo. And at the time on Wednesday, I had $2 in my checking account. So I texted him and I was like, hey man, when I get paid on Friday, I'll leave you a tip. So I woke up this morning on this and it was literally right before I was meditating. I was like, man, I'm going to put this energy out there. I'm going to send him a tip. And I tried to fucking do it on my phone and my phone fucked up. And I was like, so I haven't done it yet, but I want to send that dude a tip because to me, that is putting, like, I could very easily say, man, I ain't got much money. My son's coming to town. I can't give you a tip. But I don't want to do that. I want to take whatever fucking money I have and give him something. Um, what should I give him?
Oh, man, that is a great question. I can say that. mm, how I would do this is go back to that memory of how it felt when he was done and he told you about his son, and then you reaching out to the son, getting some pricing on deals for tires, and whatever number pops in your head at the height of you feeling the best about that memory, I would go with that one.
Okay, that's cool. Because it's one of those things where like it would be it's not. I don't think it's sending the right energy if I give him some tip that is just like weird or
Outlandish, yeah,
outlandish. Like
I agree.
that doesn't feel right. Um, but like but as a person who is my wife works in the service industry. I know how it feels like when I do a wedding and I get it and somebody gives me a tip. Um, it also feels good. Like last night when we went out, when Tanya and I went out, we went to a bar that we always wanted to try. Um, like I gave a really good tip last night. That felt really, really
Yeah.
good. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's probably not $10. It's more than that. I don't know, probably like 20, $25.
Remember, don't get and then I mean this for the general you, not the you specifically, but it's so easy to get caught up on like numbers and material things because that is typically where we value or put value. Um, but that's not how the universe plays. The universe isn't gonna give a fuck $10, $100. The universe don't know that shit. The universe knows what feelings you give it and then it will give back.
Yes,
So that's why
100%.
the height, whatever is going to make you feel the best about giving him that tip, that is going to be that number, and it's gonna hit you
Yeah.
because I know you're going to take it serious and you're going to sit for a little bit, and that will be the number. And remember that when you get that feeling, I love doing this, but when you get that fucking ecstatic feeling of where like you're feeling it, and just it doesn't hurt to just imagine the universe is right there, just trying to give you a high five, being like, "We're doing this, bro.
Yeah.
We're stepping forward together now, not you alone or me ahead of you trying to pull you forward. We're now walking together in this experience."
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good feeling too. It's a
Yeah.
really fucking good feeling when you kind of know that and you know that you're not alone.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sit with that, and I got to figure out fucking Zelle or Venmo to this dude. But I want to take care of him. Like
Yeah.
it would be very easy to not do it
Hmm.
and then forget about it. And I think that's why this morning when I woke up and I got paid yesterday, I was like, all right, well I've got, you know, I mean, technically, it's like I had to pay my mortgage and a couple of bills are going to be late and all this shit. So I could say, well, I don't have the money because all these bills are still due. But fuck that, man. He rolled out. Like, was it his job? Did he have to do that day? Yes. He was good at it. He helped me out, but he fucking helped. Like in a moment where I was like pissed off and all that stuff, Steven rolled in. Good, super nice dude. Help me get my tire changed. Like it's such a weird thing. It's like such a small thing, but when I was talking to him, having my existential crisis with him while he was changing my tire, he super nice. And I even said to him, I was like, I bet you run into some crazy shit doing what you do. And he's like, man, you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe the situations I'm in with people and their cars and out of gas or tire blows on 275 and all this shit. And I was like, man, this guy's got some fucking stories to tell, I bet.
Now imagine if that was God in Steven. He just that rolled up to you as Steven, said all the same shit. Changes things a little bit when you think about it that way and you
Oh
go,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, he had exactly what I needed. Kind, considerate, was listened to my fucking story, was giving me shit like, yeah, I've seen some things, I've dealt with some people, but I'm still here to help. Still here to help every day. That's what I do for my job. Is
Yeah.
I fucking help people that are stranded on the side of the road during their journey. Because everybody needs a little help sometimes, man.
Yeah.
So
This dude wakes up every day and just fucking helps
yeah,
people at a time where they are like, I want to say most vulnerable, but dude, if you get a fucking blowout on the Howard Franklin Bridge, you're kind of fucked.
you're super fucked.
Yeah. And this dude just rolls in, ease, calm, peace of mind,
Hmm.
helps dudes out. So,
And now what you don't want to do, what you're gonna avoid is if you would have forgotten about the tip and a month from now or a couple weeks from now you would have remembered, you would have felt like shit about yourself. And I bet you would have felt like shit for more than a little bit. And now you're just oozing that into the universe. And the universe is gonna say, all right, I'm here to play ball, motherfucker. Let me give you some ooze back.
yeah, let me
And
really make you feel like
that's it.
shit. Yeah. So it is the dance with the universe where it's like, no, man, let me put some good energy behind this, send
Hmm.
him something and say, hey man, I really appreciate you just fucking showing me how to get the fucking tire out from underneath my truck and helping me out. So
That's why I'm trying so desperately now to give just unconditional love to everybody, even when it's, not the best in my favor. Because, man, you don't ever know when you're fucking talking to God or the universe, or, they're going to roll up and that's going to be the fucking test. And you fail because the energy you put out is trash. And now you're marked with that for however long until the next time God comes around and is like, are you deserving? Are you worthy? No? All right. We'll see you next time.
oh shit. All right. So hey man, I really like doing this YouTube live after the show.
I know, right?
Take that fucking energy
Yeah.
from that studio, bring it into this little control room or this little conference room.
This is sweet.
Yeah, let's fucking start doing this.
I'm down.
So
It's weird to be in here because I think this is the place in this room is where I learned I got hired like 15 years ago.
you know what, dude, you want to talk about something fucking crazy? So if you're watching this on YouTube live, we're in a conference room inside, just a few feet away from the actual 1025 The Bone studio. But this room, talk about something really fucking weird, is that when I shut that door and I heard it click, that was an audio memory of times when I have sat in this room and fired people.
Ooh.
I sat in this room on more than one occasion, sitting in this chair with some poor motherfucker sitting across from me and HR sitting in this chair, where I was like, hey, man, we got to let you go.
Oh,
I fucking hated those
we
days.
can't do this in this room no more. There's a
Yeah,
bad
this
energy
is
in here,
yeah.
man.
Well, it's like literally when that door shut, it was like the door shut. Some poor fucking part-time board op is sitting over there going, is everything okay? I'm like, no, actually, it's not.
Uh-huh.
You're fired.
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, big guy.
Sign this paperwork and don't say any bad shit about
Yeah.
it. All right, dude. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching after the fact, drop a comment. Our show is live on 1025 here in Tampa Bay every Saturday from noon until 2. But we post a lot of shit on YouTube as well. So you feel free to, drop a comment on any of the videos. We're really, really good about interaction. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. That's what I'm told I need to say to every single person because I'm getting better at actually running a YouTube show. That was fun today, man.
Yeah, it was.
That was a good
It was.
day.
I would like to add something about our YouTube channel. If you're listening and you didn't want to call in, or maybe you're looking for something, I don't know. Usually everybody's looking for something. Just check out the YouTube channel, man. Maybe something will hit you. There's some pretty good talks in there about time, the universe, God, love, all that shit. And I'd be shocked if there wasn't something in there for you. So let us know if you want something more. But otherwise, enjoy.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Like, what are the topics that are like we always say, hey, if you're dealing with shit, you can always call whenever we're live on the air, no matter what it is. I mean, today, a couple of calls with dudes who were sober, which was really cool. Had family shit, wives moving out, um, obviously addiction, people losing their jobs. But if there's something that we're not talking about that you want, yeah, fucking we'll I don't know what the fuck we'll say, but we'll figure it out.
Damn right.
We'll run it through this little filter of like God, the universe, and all the shit that we struggle with and we've dealt with, and we'll just try to
Yeah.
do our best to share some wisdom of the journey that we've had. So, thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Michael. I love you very much.
I love you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, subscribe, drop a comment, and we'll be back on the air Saturday at noon on 1025. And we will stop.
Yeah. That was good.